Hello YouTube and welcome back to Allie's Wonderland Creations. I am Alice Seraphin and I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the United States. And I just realized that I forgot that I used the bow punch, and I'm going to write that on my notebook. Bow punch is a Knight of Navy. Sorry everybody, but I don't want to stop and get up again because I've only got probably about 20 minutes to do this video. So this is April Saturday video number 3. Petal Park punch only, okay? No stamp set, just the punch and the Regency DSP in very best occasions. And as soon as I take this away, you're going to see the card. Look at this. It is a fun fold. It is that very simple easel, except instead of having it here, I popped it way up like that. So can you see that, everybody? Look. That's how it goes. So your message, very, very cool. So what do you need to do this? Well, here we go. I didn't even do an envelope. I was so excited to do this. I'll have to stamp an envelope here. So we have a Petal Pink card base. I've already scored it. It is 4 1/4. Let me just here. So it's 4 1/4 this way by 11, scored at 5 1/2, and scored at 2 5/8. And this is the simplest easel card ever. I've used it so much. So Petal Pink, there it is. That's our card base. Next we have, let me make sure I'm getting the right ones where. Getting my Knight of Navy pieces together. This one needs some trimming. I don't know why that is not fitting where I want it, but I've got to trim that down. So Knight of Navy. Knight of Navy layer number 1 is 4 by 5 1/4. DSP Regency Park, which we're using this rattan type 1. Needs to be 3 3/4 by 5. I need to check that piece in a second. And then for the inside, way down here, is 3 3/4 by 5 of Knight of Navy. Basic white is 3 1/2 by 4 3/4. And we have a little leftover strip, which we're going to cut top and bottom when we get to it. So what else did I use? I brought in the bow punch and I used both of these. You need 3 in Knight of Navy. So there's those 3. There's that 3. I used the double oval one, okay, top and bottom. Knight of Navy for the top, basic white on the bottom, and I stamped with the very best occasions, if I can find it. I even put the stamp away. I used Thinking of You. You can do whatever you want on the inside. I just didn't do anything yet to the inside. Now, what took the most time, let me grab all my bits and pieces here, is I fussy cut. I did punch some of the flowers that would punch. This one I couldn't get to punch right, so I fussy cut that. I did punch the little blue ones. And I punched this one here, and I fussy cut all the leaves, and I did it. Let me show you the DSP piece. This piece here, I got enough to do 2 cards with this one piece. I cut up enough and it was wonderful. I had plenty to work with. So that's it, and my ink was Knight of Navy. So let's get started. I want to check this piece though, okay? Sorry, on the sample card, it just looked a little funny. So it needs to be 3 3/4 by 5. And it is, I don't know why. Just shaving little hairs off of it's all. I'm not sure why when I stick it on here that it is, maybe I just didn't have it glued right. Okay, that could be. So our card base is here. We're not going to do anything to this yet. We are going to glue our DSP layer to the Knight of Navy layer. And I so think this card, it's so cute. And it was fun to sit here and just, I was just fussy cutting, I'm like, oh, let's see what happens if I cut all these flowers out. And this card just kind of like fell into being. I love when that happens. So now, if you have Night of Navy ribbon, whatever you have, this is some old Night of Navy baker's twine. I forget what it was from, but they give you so much, which is great for the money because it's worth it. We are simply going to wrap this around twice and tie it. So I wrapped it around twice. See if I can bring it around now. And then I tied it in a knot. And yes, my nails make me fumble with this. It was quite aggravating. And where are my reverse tweezers? Because I used them to tie this little twine in a knot. It was quite fumbling with it. So all you gotta do is tie it, snip off the ends. Okay, now I'm gonna spread it apart where I want it, and I'm gonna move that knot over some, maybe. So I'm just gonna, there. I want that over here more. Now I'm gonna spread out my twine again, really wide, just like that. Now, for this is going right here. I actually used 2 minis. You could use bigger ones, but I wanted them to be positioned right there, sitting in the twine. And the nails just get in the way with scrapbooking or crafting and paper crafting. At least mine do. Okay. So now we're going to pop Thinking of You right there. Now we're going to decorate it. And I started with my leaves here. I started with one down here, but you guys have seen me do this with this bow punch. I hold it with one thumb and I give it a wiggle. And I just like the way it kind of ruffles those leaves up. So give it a wiggle. Give it a wiggle. Little wiggle and a little wiggle. I try not to wiggle that really tiny one because I wiggle that little sucker right off. A little too hard on my wiggle there. So this little one, not getting no wiggle. So start with one of them, and we're going to start in this bottom left hand corner. So I'm going to add just dots of glue. And I'm turning it, yes, it's just kind of how I roll with things. So there's one. Now, ooh, that might need to go a little bit straighter. So more of a angle up that way. So this next one, and I'm not worried about the stems, is going to come kind of up here. And I just visualized and put it there. Okay, so there's that one. And I just, it's so pretty. Ah, the blue and the petal pink, just, yes, it works for me. It works really well. I absolutely love it. So this one now, I'm not quite coming in the corner. I'm tilting it up a bit. Now all of my little bits, I fussy cut everything out, did what I could punching, and then I divvied it up to make 2 cards. That little one I might stick on the inside. So here are all the little leaf elements I have. So we used 3 on that one. So I'm going to put one like right here. I want to cut that out of there. I guess I didn't finish cutting this one. It was real easy. Trying not, I'm going to get it in my supplies here. That little piece, I didn't want it to drop. So we're going to have that piece we're going to go there, there, and here. Not directly on top of it, just offset on them. And these are getting dimensionals. So we can give me that little needle of mine. One of the many I have in that little case. So I'm going to stick one here because I want it there, and I'm going to stick one on this leaf. Which leaf again is that going to go on? I'm trying to, okay. This is going to go on this leaf. So first one's going down, maybe. Ooh, like it, like it, like it. 2 more to go. All right, so I'm going to put one here and one over here. Very, very pretty. Now this one I could probably, those both the same. No, I don't want that one. Yes, just like that. And I know I've got a gaping little hole right there, but that's where the flowers come into being. So all these little dimensional backings are now all over me and all over the floor. So we're going to work our little edges of our flowers real quick. And we need, where's my card at? Okay, where'd the card go? This is not fun now. Oh, there it is. I'm like, okay, I know it's around here somewhere. It is. We can bring it into reference where our flowers are going, because we're going to need some of these on the inside as our stopper point. Let's see, that one I don't want to do. This one, I just used my nails and pulled it up. So I'm grabbing it here and I'm just pulling it up with that. So that can be for now. So let's get our flowers situated, and we need dimensionals. And I think I used minis just because of where it needed to sit. So I'm going to put this one here. So I'm just going to pop a mini in that space. And I'm going to pop my flower on there. That one's going on the inside. So next we need another flower. So, ooh, definitely there. Each time you do it, it'll probably come out a little different on the placement of the flowers. I'm going to kind of go like that. And then one blue one right there. And that's why I'm using the minis, because they fit in there. Okay, one blue one, I'm going to lift that petal up, put a little bit of that petal underneath there. Oh, 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 yes. And I didn't even do any gemstones on here yet, but I am. So we're going to stamp, but we're going to stamp, believe it or not, after we get all our flowers on here, okay? And we're going to use the little dot. Oh, so we are using the stamp set. I forgot about that, but I did dot that. Okay, so inside, this is outside, and I really liked it right here. So I'm going to add a dab of glue here, and then I'm going to add my dimensional on when I grab my leaf. I don't have, well, I do have 2 I could use. Let's see there. Yeah. So I'm going to add this one like halfway up the leaf. The other one, the two were already together that I fussy cut it out. This one isn't, so we're going to make it together. Maybe. And this one is going on a dimensional. If I can pick up the little needle, so let's see. Nope, I don't want two. I just want one. Your buddy has to stay until it's his turn to be helpful and useful. Don't worry, he's going to be on the same card. So let's see, do I want it here? I want it right there. Now I'm going to take my glue, bend my little petals back, and glue that to my leaf. Just give it a second to set in. Oh, so cute. So again, you want to see, I'm taking my nail since I have them. Let's use them. And I'm just curling, just pulling at the paper and curling the ends. This one is just getting glued down right here. Now we're going to bring in that Night of Navy. I'm going to need that, so no sense in putting that away. And that wee little stamp. And we're going to add little dots. Just in little areas. Sorry, I needed to turn it. So we're going to add some there. And then I'm going to add some right here. I'm going to add some, let's see, right about there. Do I need any more? Let's add a little here and a little right there. I'm going to come off the, it's Night of Navy. You ain't going to see it on the Night of Navy. Oh, I like it so much. Okay, so there it is. Now, to put it on our card base, this is the easy part. Just don't go all the way to the edges. So I am not going all the way to the edge, but I'm going up to the score line, and then I'm going to fill in my rectangle with some glue. I'm going to hold this down and layer that right as if it was glued all the way down there. As if I wanted it completely down there. That's what we're looking for. Now you could do this without the easel part, but the easel, voila, is so pretty. Okay, so next is this piece, and I have this little scrap left over. This is the second little scrap. So I want 2 out of this piece, and it's a little over 1 inch. So I need to cut it to 1 inch. First, let's see, 1 inch, because it's just a hair over. Don't need that no more. And then I'm going to cut it in half at a 1/2 inch. And that's going to give me 2 pieces for my card. For the inside, that is. And all I'm going to do is give me a little bead of glue here. I'm going to snip it off because mine is going to be too long. But if you cut yours just right, like the measurements, you won't have to do the snipping. But it doesn't bother me. The only way I can cut a straight line, I tell you, is to use the back as a guide. So there's 1. There's 2. Let's glue this down to its counterpart in Night of Navy. And this is really going to make the inside stand out. All right, now it's ready to go on the inside of our card. And it is absolutely beautiful. So far, I love all 3 of my cards, but this color combination might just be my favorite. It really, really might be my favorite so far. Oh, so pretty. So I want this to be, you know what, we're going to do this one a little different. Where am I going to do it? Do I want it way up there or do I want it down here? I think we're going to do one here. I just want to do a little different. So these are all my pieces I have left, guys. Let's see what we can do with them. So I'm going to put this little piece right there. You know what? No, this is going to go up top. I didn't have many of the little half ones, but this will peek out there. Oh, so cute. So let's see. I am going to make it, this one is way up here like that. Let's do this one kind of halfway up and halfway down. Oh, they're scored different too. Interesting. That's why it's not reaching there. That's okay, because it's gonna work. We're just gonna make a focal point down here with all of our plumage, our flowers. We're gonna make a nice focal point roughly right here. And I'm gonna use my reverse tweezers to tell me where I need to start the process. So I'm gonna start by trimming off these little bits because they're just too long. I want to come here because we're going to have this beautiful piece, which I didn't have on my other card. Oh, definitely up. No, because this is going up on dimensionals. Let's see, bring that down. Yep, this is up on dimensionals because we need a stopping point, right? For this card as I kick everything away. So a couple of dimensionals on the back of this piece. Give you options. And I can tuck everything around this one. So move that aside. Ooh, I like it like that. Then I'm gonna bring this one in. Ooh, 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 ooh. So, so, so pretty. A little bit there. Oh, that is getting really, really pretty. Look at that. Oh my goodness, it's so pretty. Do I need? I don't need even. Oh, I don't know what to do with those. Okay, this one does not need dimensionals, but I like it right there on top of that little cluster we made. And I'm thinking this one, can I get it tucked in there? Oh, oh yes, it will go all the way, even with the dimensionals. So darn pretty. So I'm going to have to figure out what I did differently on these two folds and tell you guys in a second. Oh my gosh. Now this one can go there, and I have a little blue leaf. Ooh, yes. Okay, blue leaf right there. We're going to use up what we have. So blue leaf right there. And this one needs a dimensional. One's going to be fine, as it's the other part of the inside of the card has dimensional in it. Why not this one? And this one we could glue, or ooh, just right down there, another dimensional. They're just minis. So we're going to stick this one right there. Doing just a little cluster. I'm going to pull my little petals up some. Now I'm going to tuck part of that in underneath there. Ooh, yes. And I think we're going to go, this one's going to get glued directly down on the bottom. Oh, yes. Oh my gosh. What time is it? 25 minutes. I was hoping to do it in 25 minutes. I'll take that. So let me tell you, sorry about the, let's see where we scored. So for this fold, for the higher one that's higher up on the card, I scored it at 5.5 and at 8 1/8 if you're doing it the whole thing. Or if you want to measure this way, it got scored at 2 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7/8. Boy, I really missed the mark there. So 2 7/8, 5.5. If you like it taller, back here. This one, let me get it where it needs to be. This one, however, let me show you as that one falls down. This is at 2 5/8 and at 5.5. So just a little bit of a different look for these easel cards on depending on where you fold it. But both are absolutely gorgeous. And yes, you could put bling and all that kind of stuff on there, but I'm going to cut it off for now as to keep this video short. Winkastella it up, you know, all that good stuff. And I'm going to sit and do that in a minute. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope it's okay with you that I am not putting the rhinestones and stuff on it as time. I just want to keep this one under that 30 minutes. So I hope you give me a thumbs up. I hope you like this. It is such a gorgeous way to display paper cutting with that DSP. And this I love about the DSP, okay? I wasn't crazy about it, but this I'm probably going to do this some more and some other stuff. Have a play. So come back and visit me in my wonderland, would you? Bye-bye.